Hi, my name is Gabriella Porras, and today I'll be reading Pocahontas. Listen to your heart. Pocahontas looked into the wise face of her ancient friend, Grandmother Willow. Troubled by a dream about a spinning arrow, she wondered, "What is my path?" Grandmother Willow told her there were spirits in the earth, water, and sky. "If you listen, they will guide you," she advised. Climbing to the top of the leafy branches, Pocahontas felt the wind around her and saw strange white clouds in the distance. The clouds were sails of ships that carried strangers to the land. Pocahontas secretly watched an adventurous man exploring the forest that afternoon. She was drawn towards him, following in his footsteps until suddenly he jumped out of the shadows. The two stared at each other for many moments. John Smith had never seen a woman so beautiful and mysterious. He wanted to get closer, but his movements scared Pocahontas, who ran like a deer away to the river where she kept her canoe. "Wait," he called as he ran after her. "I'm not going to hurt you." Although he spoke a different language, she listened with her heart. "I'm Pocahontas," she told him as she took his outstretched hand. Together they talked and bonded in a way that Pocahontas had never experienced before. They laughed at Miku, a mischievous raccoon who rummaged for biscuits in John's bag. Pocahontas quieted Flit, her hummingbird friend, who flew into John's face, protecting her. Pocahontas knew in her heart the goodness inside of John Smith and realized she was safe. Pocahontas began to sing, guiding him through the forest. "We are all connected to each other," she told him. She showed him the gentleness of a mother bear with her cubs. They listened to the wolves cry and watched eagles fly to the top of a sycamore tree. "How tall does a sycamore tree grow?" asked Pocahontas. "You'll never know if you cut it down." As nature touched his soul, John Smith began to realize that his people had much to learn. With Pocahontas as his teacher, he could hear the voices in the mountains and even see colors in the wind. This amazing young woman was right. No one owned the land. Understanding, he held her hands and gazed into her brown eyes. Back at the Indian village, Nakoma was worried about her childhood friend. She had been warned that the settlers were dangerous, yet when John Smith appeared in the cornfield, Pocahontas made her promise not to tell anyone. Nakoma kept her silence but felt uncomfortable as she watched the two figures disappear into the evening shadows. Pocahontas led John to Grandmother Willow while Miku and Flit chased after their new playmate, Percy, a dog with their settlers' camp. The ancient eyes looked kindly into John's blue ones. "He has a good soul," she told Pocahontas, "and he's handsome too." John Smith laughed. "Oh, I like her," he said. Pocahontas was very happy. When John Smith left, Grandmother Willow suggested perhaps she had found her path. Nakoma disagreed. She pleaded with Pocahontas not to see John Smith again, but her friend vanished into the woods anyways. In fear, Nakoma sent a warrior to look for the princess. When they returned, John Smith had been taken prisoner, and Pocahontas fell to her knees with grief. "I'm sorry," said Nakoma, taking her hands. "I thought I was doing the right thing." In the prisoner's teepee, Pocahontas cried, "I'd rather die tomorrow than live 100 years without knowing you," John Smith told her tenderly. Pocahontas went to see Grandmother Willow. She wanted to do something, but how could one girl stop a war between two peoples? "I feel so lost," she told the tree spirit. Miko's ears perked up. Quickly, the little raccoon found a compass he had taken from John Smith, hoping that it would help Pocahontas find her way. Inside was a spinning arrow. "My dream," explained the young woman. She knew what her path was as she courageously addressed the fighting villages. Protecting John Smith with her own body, she proved that love is stronger than hatred. Although peace ensued, John Smith had already been wounded. Heavy-hearted, Pocahontas knew that he would have to return to London if he was to survive. "I'll always be with you," she told him, and she kissed him goodbye as she watched his ship sail away. The wind touched them both once again. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed that today.